Welcome back to Season 3, Episode 1 of Pilates with Marilyn. My name is Marilyn Harder, Pilates instructor and Pilates master trainer. Today, all we're going to need is your mat and your body and a playfulness of movement. With that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Some of these positions may or may not be okay for your body in space. Just know that you can elevate yourself and have a seat in a chair and make them more accessible to you. So we're going to start in a Z sit position. In our mermaid position, sitting up nice and tall. And I want you to just take a moment and just kind of wiggle your hips from right to left. Maybe even close your eyes. And create a little circular motion with the hip, trying to let it settle just a bit. We're trying to find the release in the position and not the resistance. And let's go the other way. So our focus in Season 3 is all about creating an environment to thrive. And we'll go ahead and go last one. Anchor those hips, just try and release as best as we can. Wherever our shin is, that hand's gonna grab the shin, the other hand's gonna float up towards the ceiling. And I want you to take a nice big inhale here, grow taller through the crown of your head. Exhale, lift that rib cage up in space. You can bring that hand to the floor or continue to hang on to that shin. We're gonna pause there, lifting the rib cage. Take a good deep breath. One more good deep breath. And we're gonna take that hand out, finding a 45-degree angle, tucking both knees in, hips are square, shoulders are square. Find that long length. Take a good deep Pilates breath in through the nose. Full and complete exhale, finding that 360 corset. And we're going to go into single arm tricep push-ups. So what is creating our own environment? Our environment is not just the physical space in which we live. It is the people that are surrounding us. It is our mental state. It's our stress. It's our emotional state. Are we resisting life or are we allowing it to flow through? We'll go ahead and go 3 more. Are we setting ourselves up to thrive? 1 more. Now, we're gonna push out that arm. Take your top hand, try and grab those shins. Pause, set up that connection, take that top hand up. Side bend again. It's a deeper side bend here, squaring things off. 1 more good deep breath. Now let's go ahead and bring both hands over to join us. Our goal is to sweep ourselves up to a kneeling position. Big inhale here. I'm going to take a circular sweep down, create a little momentum to come on up. Let's find the middle of that mat, squaring things up. Toes in front of heels. And we're going to take our hands out in front of us. Shoulders sit back and down. We're going into a thigh stretch, point through the toes. Shins press into the earth, pubic bone forward, rib cage stacked over that pelvic bowl. Pause at the very back. Inhale here. And exhale. Stack back up. Let's do 1 more big inhale here. Palms face each other this time. Press that pubic bone forward. Pause at the back. Let's take that left arm open and come to center. Right arm open, find that powerhouse. Remember, everything comes from the center, and restack it back up nice and tall. All right, we're gonna sink down the other way. So I'm gonna sweep my hands the direction in which my legs are gonna go and slowly sink down into the Z-sit position. Okay, so finding that Z-sit position, and then I want you to just create some circular motions. Allow that hip to settle. Notice any resistance in your body. Don't push through resistance, but see if maybe you can let go through that resistance. Other direction. Playfulness in our body allows for release. So if you take yourself too seriously, you're going to lose a lot of that playful mobility that comes with it. All right, hand up in the air, shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, side bend over. Square things off. Take a nice big inhale here. And one more. Feel the mobility of that rib cage. We're going to take that hand up and over. Fan that diagonal. Sweep those feet into the Z-sit position, squaring everything off. We'll go into that single arm tricep push-up. Try to keep the rib bowl and the pelvic bowl stacked. Deep double chin, drawing everything in and centered. See if you can find the control from the center out. That corset that we create with our Pilates breath. And we've got about 4 more. So I want you to take a moment and just imagine your physical environment, the one in which you spend most of your time. 2 more. If you could, money was no object, time or space was no object, what would you do to change that environment? All right, we're going to be rocket shipping up and grabbing those shins. Find that connection, stack a little bit taller, shoot that hand up towards the ceiling. And side bend over. So your physical environment, take a moment. Did you choose something small? Like the physical environment of your living room or your office? And we're going to rotate, face to the edge of the mat, and we're going to roll it on down. So let's point through those toes, find the glutes, shoulders draw back and down, deep double chin, curl through that tailbone, and slowly start to peel it down. Try and take each micro movement. Or did you pick something a little bit more global? Did you think about your neighborhood? Maybe the city in which you live, the state, maybe the atmosphere, city versus country, country versus city. Just to change the scenery. Let's go ahead and take our hands up and over. Inhale here. And exhale, we're going to chest lift up. And roll it on up. Now I want you again to come back and imagine. Imagine that ideal space, that ideal world. Lengthen through the crown of your head and stack back up. We'll do it one more time. What is it about that environment that makes it different than the environment you have now? Really hone in on that reason. Is it a sense of peace? Is it a sense of happiness? Is it a decluttering of your life? Making it a little more simplistic? Is it being more purposeful with the decorations around you? Is it an organizational strategy? Chest lift up, roll and round it up. Think about lifting and lengthening glutes, 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 glutes. Keep that C curve, dive it over. Now pause here. Now I really want you to hollow into that belly. Imagine someone's coming at you with a poker and you're really trying to draw everything up. We're gonna roll down from here. Keep that same C curve. Nothing changes. You're just unfurling all the way down to the bottom. Let's bring those hands down by our sides. Anchoring through those feet, toes spread out wide. We're going to lift into some bridges. So flip your palms up to the ceiling, get those shoulders shimmied back and down. Good, complete exhale, find that powerhouse. Ribs down, core engaged. Now spread the toes out wide and press all 4 corners of your feet into the earth, and then feel those hips slowly begin to lift. Open them up at the top, and then slowly hinge down. Now I want you to, as we continue to bridge, to fully embody what it would feel like to live in that environment. Imagine as if, in your mind's eye, you lived there right in this very moment. What would that look like? What would that feel like? Allow yourself to have it. Allow yourself to be worthy of it. And we'll go one more. Allow yourself to glow in this moment. Hold it up at the top. Squeeze a little deeper through the glutes. Squeeze a little deeper through the glutes. Squeeze a little deeper through the glutes. Knees shoot forward. Pressure in all four corners of the feet. And 4. And 3. And 2. Solidify this incredible feeling and slowly articulate down through the spine. Unless you already know that hinging down is better for your body. Allow the vertebra to return one at a time, like a string of pearls. Let's extend those legs out nice and long. Hands are going to come up over our head, and we're going to do just a chest lift with those legs long. Exhale, chest lift up. Eyes gaze towards those toes. Shoulders draw back and down. If this is uncomfortable in any way, bring those knees on up. We're just going for a more higher, intermediate, advanced iteration here. Now on your exhale, see if you can start to float those legs up. Really draw into that imprint. The imprint lifts the legs. And just hold it there. Hold it for 4. For 3, lengthen. 4, 2, and 1. Lower it on down. Let's pair it up. Do it together. Deep double chin. Keep it out of that neck. Inhale here. Exhale. Chest lift up. Ribs come down. Deep imprint. Feel those feet lift. Pause there. Now we're going to inhale for 5. And exhale for 10. Pilates 100. Inhale for 5. And exhale for 20. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 30. We're going to break it up in 2. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 40. One more. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 50. Lower it on down. All right, we're going to roll on our side. We're going to do our other 50 here in a moment. In your side lying position, go ahead and tuck your hand under. If you like another progression, find your best progression. We're going to square our hips up and our ribs up. Touch the bottom rib, touch the top hip. If your elbow is pointing towards the ceiling like a shark, you're stacked. If it's leaning forward, leaning back, or twisted, fix it. All right, bottom rib is lifted. Top leg is going to lengthen and engage. Think about lengthening crown of the head to the heel. Keep everything as square as possible. Keep that shark up towards the ceiling. And let's lift and lower. In that lift and lower, make sure you feel that glute fold. Now, I want you to take a moment and notice, are you smiling? The last image I left you with was as if your physical environment was exactly as is in your vision for your best life. Let it wash over you again. Now, the best way to turn your physical environment now into that physical environment that you imagine is with feeling. Work backwards. What is it about what you have now that's not working? Can you make it any closer? We'll go ahead and go 3 more. Just because what we have now isn't what we fully and completely imagine for ourselves doesn't mean we can't find all those same feelings right now. Let's go ahead and find that length. Flex your foot. And we're going to go ahead and sweep it forward. End point, draw it back. Now, the goal is to keep the hips as stable as possible. If you're feeling a lot of rocking and motion in your hips, allow it, be playful with it. Figure out what is moving. Move with it. If your hips are rolling forward, move all the way forward with it. If your hips are moving back, roll all the way back with it. Make it a little more exaggerated. And then see if you can resist that movement. And we'll go ahead and go one more. For me, that was the only way I learned how to control, was to allow. I allowed, and once I allowed, I was able to connect. And let's go ahead and bring it on in. Finishing out with some clams. You can pick another progression if this feels good to you. I'm going to anchor my bottom pinky to the floor. Top knee's going to lift up and open away from me. And we're going to be here for a while. Try and get that glute med to really connect. Now I want you to imagine one thing you can do, just one, after we're finished today. What is one thing in your physical environment that you can adjust and change today to make your life a little closer to that ideal life? That space a little closer to ideal space. I'm imagining my one thing right now. I need some more color. I need some more color in my life. Color brings me joy. I think I want some new throw pillows. Something to add a little pop of color. Now, there's many ways that I could bring these into my life, but I've also been looking for a way to be more creative. So when we're done today, we've got about 5 more. I'm going to look up a tutorial. I'm going to find a pattern. And I've sewn before. I'm going to bust out my sewing machine. And I'm going to make some pillow covers. And we'll go 4 more. That'll hit 2 birds with 1 stone. Add a little bit of creativity and a whole lot of color. Last one. When I create, I'm happy. And let's go ahead and roll it over. Find a figure 4 stretch. Give yourself that release. I'm going to add a little rotation today because my hip's been a little fun. But you find what feels good to your body. We're going to take one more good deep breath here. We're going to go back in for a second half of our 100. All right, let's fully extend those legs. Find that full extension. Arms come up over your head. Big inhale here. Imprint through the belly. Exhale, chest lift up. Float those legs up if it's in there for you today. And start to pump those hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And done. Lower it on down. We're going to roll up to change sides. Big inhale there. Exhale, chest lift up. Roll. Lift, 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 lift. Up and over. We're going to spin around to the other side. One other thing that I did recently to change my environment was the way in which I prepared food for my refrigerator. And let's square things off. Extend that top leg. And lift and lower. I find that when my refrigerator and cupboards are set up for success, I easily reach for foods that are nourishing to my body. I find that when my refrigerator and my cupboards are cluttered, I become affected by the clutter and make choices that are easy and convenient. Easy and convenient versus healthy and nourishing. Same foods in the house, either way, different choices based on my environment. So maybe your environment is your ideal environment, but there's not all 100% ideal situations within your environment. What adjustments can you make today there? You've got a few more. Check in with your shark's fin. Are you squared up towards the ceiling? Are you leaning slightly forward? Leaning slightly back? And we'll go 3 more. And 2. And 1. Flex your foot. And we'll go ahead and send it forward and point draw it back. Don't be afraid to give in or allow extra movement while you're finding the connections. And then once you find that movement, where it's coming from, draw in that space and see if you can connect to and limit that movement. And we'll go 1 more. And let's go ahead and bring it in. All right, last one. We're going to anchor into that pinky toe for our clams. Bottom rib is lifted. We're going to lift it up and open. Find your glute med. Double check into your shark fin. Are you squared? Are you connected? Are you holding yourself in space? Are you holding space for yourself? Things as simple as making your bed can change your entire outlook on your day. So over the next week, I want you to really examine your daily movements, your daily habits. Check in with yourself. Is there something I could do in my environment that would make me feel different? And again, sometimes we have to work backwards. We have to imagine, with no limitations on money, time, space, property, no limitations whatsoever, what would that look like for you? And then work back from there. If you imagine a wall of windows in your ideal house, but keep your shutters closed in the house that you have now, are you moving closer or farther away from your ideal? Move into it. Fall into it. Find that joy in what you already have. Whew. And we'll go ahead and go a few more. Be grateful it's coming. Last one. And then let's go ahead and roll over onto our backs. Find that figure 4 stretch. Releasing through that hip. I'm going to also give that little rotation. Find that release today. Last good deep breath. Go ahead and bring it on up, feet flat to the floor. We're going to work out some balance to our obliques here. Palms up towards the ceiling, down by our sides. Big inhale here. Exhale, chest lift up. Eyes gaze towards the thighs. Take that left hand, reach it over and give your right hand a high five without moving that right hand. And come up and back over. Let's do that again, same side. Up and over, give yourself that high five. Can you do it full and complete, or are you reaching? When you can give yourself a full and complete high five, that's mobility. That's what we're looking for. Don't allow your hips to follow. We'll go ahead and go 1 more. I'm sort of meeting myself part way a little bit today. And bring it back center and lower it down. We're going to even out. Shoulders back and down. Big inhale here. Exhale, chest lift up. Take that left hand or right hand now up and over to the left. One way is generally easier than the other. Don't fight it. Allow it. Let your eyes gaze to where you're going. And we'll go 2 more. And last one. And go ahead and lay it on down. Okay, let's go ahead and lay it on down. I just want you to take a moment here. Find that neutral pelvis. Fingertips through to the pubic bone, thumbs just under your belly button. And I want you to just breathe. Imagine there's a cup of coffee sitting in between that diamond. And as you breathe, you're trying to stretch the table wider from right to left. Notice that the ribs begin to drop down. Feel the obliques drop from right to left. We're getting wider and wider through our hip bones. I want you to do one more here. Now, once you do that, it should feel like your legs are a little bit weightless. Your upper body is a little bit weightless. And at any point, you can widen and contract, and legs and upper body will lift. So we'll do that one time. Big inhale here. Think about widening and contracting. I feel like it could continue to float, 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 float. Teaser. Shoulders draw back and down. Curl that tailbone down. Roll it all the way down to the bottom. For me, that's the key to a very solid and strong teaser. Let's do that one 2 more times. Think of it as an exploration of movement. Big inhale here. Exhale, widen and flatten. Second exhale, we're going to add in that contraction. Big inhale here. Exhale, widen, contraction. See where that flow takes you. Can you float, float, float? Find the space right between. Widen and flatten. Widen and contract. Widen and flatten. Widen and contract. Now curl it down. Get that sacrum down. Slowly melt. Think widen, flatten, and unfurl. One final one. Shoulders draw back and down. Deep double chin. Let it come from the center. Let it come from the power. And we'll hold it for 3, for 2, for 1. Curl it on down. Such a beautiful core workout. All right, we're going to go ahead and float it up for today. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for exploring. I'm proud of you for sticking in with the joy. And I'm proud of you for committing to yourself. Committing that you're worth it. You're worth experiencing the best life has to offer. That niggle in your heart, you're worth that. Allow it to expand in your consciousness. Let's hinge forward and find that really good stretch. Thinking about flattening out the back here. Allow the joy, the worthiness to sink all the way through your body. From the root, shining brightly out your heart. Imagine it in your mind's eye. Send that out to the world. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hinge forward. Allow the head to drop. Allow for that release. Think of your commitment to yourself today. What is it that you're doing today that will bring you joy? What are you doing today that will make your environment now feel like the environment of your imagination? Where that heart is drawn and what you yearn for. Revisit this often. Revisit me often. Move in your body. When we light our body up, it sends signals to our entire being that we deserve this. So movement, manifestation, movement and prayer, movement and communication with your higher spirit, the universe. For me, it's God. It's a beautiful practice. It connects what we believe with the divine, what we dream of with our divine self. And I thank you for spending this time with me in Pilates with Marilyn. Visit us at corporatehippiconnection.com, again, for all of our lifestyle tips and tricks. And thank you for practicing your self-care today. You, my friends, are worth it.